Hello everyone, this is Ahmed Ibrahim from Melbourne PTE Study Centre, and today in this short video I'm going to be giving you guys a brief overview of the listening section, and also I will be talking about one of the new offerings of Melbourne PTE Study Centre, which is one-on-one mentorship session. So let me share my slides and let's have a look at one-on-one mentorship session first, what it is about and what are we exactly offering to you guys. So, one-on-one mentorship session, as it states from the name, is a one-on-one session in which the trainer will only help you out. He or she will cover all the topics with you, and he will help you out with any sort of problem you might be having with any particular task as well. So the way it will work is the duration can vary, you can say between 10 and 20 hours, but you're going to have to enroll for at least 10 hours. And one session can go up to 2 hours, but it has to be, you can say, at least 1 hour. So the classes, then it depends on how which duration you went for, between 10 and 20 hours, and are you taking like 1 hour at a time or are you taking 2 hours at a time. That will determine the number of classes, but the number of classes can be between 5 to 20. Now, about the classes timing and about the class days, the good thing about one-on-one mentorship session is that it's quite flexible. It like depends on your availability. Like let's just say if you are on some days available after 8 o'clock, or on some days if you're available, let's just say between 4 and 8 p.m., you can actually fix up appointment for particular days with the trainer, and of course he or she can help you out. And the other good thing about one-on-one mentorship session is it is both online and face-to-face. Like if you want, you could take it online through Zoom, or if you want, you can come to the center and the trainer can help you out. Now, weekly mock test in actually this mentorship session are unlimited. Now, unlimited basically means, like, let's just say you enrolled in 10 hours. You enrolled in 10 hours for mentorship session, and those 10 hours were like, let's just say, spanning over a period of 3 weeks. So for those 3 weeks, you can take as many mock tests as you want. When it comes to full mock test, that we have set up like a bit of a limit, as in 3 per week, and we have particular days to take the mock test as well. But in one-on-one mentorship session, if you want to take it on any other day, we can help you out. Now, about one-on-one consultations, as in the support, other than covering the topics with you, that really depends on how many hours you paid and have the topics been covered yet. And if you want to, take more support for consultations, if anything was not clear to you, then of course you can ask the trainer, and you can extend the hours with them, and the trainer can help you out. And one other thing is, so of course, it is our offering. It is the offering of Melbourne PT Study Centre. So in this course, for your duration of a mentorship session, you will be given access to our instant checker IVAS. And IVAS actually, it's an online artificial intelligence based portal. It gives you instant feedback on your answers, and it also shows you sample answers for different topics. So it's quite beneficial for exam preparation, especially for topics like your summaries and your essay writing. Now, about the course price in here, what we are charging is $35 per hour. So for first 10 hours, you'll be charged $35. And if let's just say you actually enroll in an additional 5 hours or maybe 10 hours after the first 10 hours, then we would be charging you $30 per hour. Now, if you want more information regarding this course, you can contact us on our number, which is 0415417757. You can message us on our Facebook page, which is Melbourne PTE Study Centre, or you can actually email us as well. Our email address is melbourne@ptstudycentre.com.au. All right, guys. Now, let me cover now the listening overview with you. As I said at the beginning, that I will give a brief overview of listening section. Like I will show you what topics you get over there, and I will talk a little bit about them, as in what you have to do in here. So if we talk about listening section, you will have these topics. And if you count the number of topics in here, there will be 8, starting from summarized spoken text till right from dictation. Now, if you talk about summarized spoken text, where does it gives you marks? It gives you marks towards your listening and towards writing. And you can have 2 or you can have 3 questions in here. Now, summarized spoken text, actually, if you have a look, this is how your summarized spoken text will look like in the real exam. As in it says, you will hear a short lecture, write a summary for a fellow student who was not present at the lecture. You should write 50 to 70 words. You have 10 minutes to finish this task. So basically what you have is, as it says in here, you will listen to an audio that can range from 30 to 90 seconds. Rarely you might get a longer audio that might be going till 120 seconds, which means 2 minutes time. Now what you have to do is, in 10 minutes time, you have to summarize the information of your audio in 50 to 70 words. Okay, and remember that in this topic you don't have any restrictions, as in like the number of full stops or the number of sentences you can make. The reason I put this in here is, there is another summary in your PT as well, known as summarize written text. Over there you have to make sure you don't put more than one full stop in your summary, but herein you can make multiple sentences, but making sure that you follow the word limit. Okay, now of course you are summarizing the audio you are listening, and you're summarizing it by writing it down. You are getting the marks towards writing and towards listening, and you can have 2 or 3 questions in here. Okay, now after this, the next topic you will have is MCQ Multiple. MCQ Multiple gives you marks only towards listening. Now, MCQ Multiple will look like this. As it says, listen to the recording and answer the question by selecting all the correct responses. You will need to select more than one response. More than one response. So what you have is, you have an MCQ based question, and of course that question will be based on the audio you will listen to. You have 6 options in here. The number of options you can say can vary from 4 to 6, and what you have to do, as it says, you have to choose multiple correct options in here. So your marks can be 2 to 3 depending on how many correct choices you have, because the way it works is, for one correct option you will get 1 mark towards your listening, and you do have negative marking here as well. So for any incorrect option you will be negatively marked. Okay, now the minimum marks you can have actually over here is 0. Your score will never be less than 0, which is basically telling you in here that, let's just say you chose 2 options for any question and both the options were incorrect. So it should be -2, but that -2 will go to 0. So you will never have basically negative marks from any question. Okay, so the key thing in here is, you should actually select the options that you are sure about. And again, you have 2 or 3 questions in here. Now moving along, next topic we have is fill in the blanks. That gives us marks towards listening and also towards writing. In here, what you have is, as the name states, you will get a passage with blanks at some specific points, and then you will listen to an audio. And then based on the audio, you have to fill in the particular blanks in here. As in, basically what I mean is, when the audio will start, the speaker will go through the same passage you have on your screen, and you would need to identify these basically words that can fit into these blanks from your audio. So in here, some of the things you need to know is, the passage firstly will stay on your screen for 6 to 8 seconds, and then your particular audio will start. So you can use actually the 6 to 8 seconds time in your favor, that you can go through the passage, get a bit of an idea what you're going to be listening to in your audio. Okay, and then also what you actually should do in here is, you can have a look at each word before the blank, and that can actually help you quite a lot to identify these words and pay more attention to these words when you hear them in your audio. And the audio in here can vary from 30 to 60 seconds, and again, you can have 2 or you can have 3 questions here for your listening FIB. Now, next task we have in here is highlight correct summary. Highlight correct summary gives you marks towards listening and also towards reading. This is also an MCQ based question, but what you have in here is, you have 4 options. At time you can have 3 as well. What you have to do is, based on the information you hear in the audio, you have to tell that which of these 4 options most accurately summarizes the information of your audio. So it gives you marks towards your listening and towards your reading, and the audio you can say can vary from 30 to 90 seconds. Okay, and again, you can have 2 or you can have 3 questions in here. Okay, now the next task you have in here is MCQ Single. That gives you marks only towards listening. Now in MCQ single, what you have is, as the name states, of course, an MCQ type question based on the information you hear in the audio. But the difference with MCQ multiple is what? That now you have only one option correct. Okay, you have to choose only one option that is correct according to the information you hear in the audio. So if you have just one option correct, you get just 1 mark toward listening and no negative marking here. And again, you can have 2 or you can have 3 questions in here. Okay. Now, the next task you have here is select missing word that gives you marks towards listening. Okay. Now with select missing word, what you have is, if you see, you will hear a recording and it will tell you the topic of the recording. And then it says at the end of the recording, the last word or group of words has been replaced by a beep. Select the correct option to complete the recording. So what it is telling you in here is that you will listen to an audio, but at the end of the audio, the last one word or like 3-4 words would be replaced by a beep. Of the options below, which one do you think is actually completing your audio? Like which one, which was the word or the group of words at the place of the beep? That's what you have to identify. So again, one correct answer, 1 mark toward listening, and no negative marking here. And again, the number of questions can be 2, or you can have 3 questions in here as well. Now, moving along to the next task, highlight incorrect words. That gives you marks only towards listening and reading. Okay. Now, in highlight incorrect words, what happens is you'll be given a passage. Okay. And the audio will start. And what will happen is, in the passage, the speaker will go through, in the audio, the speaker will go through the same passage that you have on your screen. But what will be the case, that some words you will see, that some words in this transcript, as in this passage, would be different from what you will hear in the audio. And your task is to identify those words and just click on them. Okay, like if you see in here, this word here is to find the northwest pasture. Let's just say my audio says southeast pasture. What I will do, I will just click on this word and it will get highlighted in yellow. That's all you have to do in here. You don't have to type the correct word or anything. You just have to highlight the incorrect word. Okay. Now, again, 2 to 3 questions, and the length of the audio can vary from 15 to 50 seconds. Okay. Now, the last task you have here is write from dictation. That gives you marks towards listening and writing. Now, write from dictation is, as this says, you will hear a sentence. Type the sentence in the box below exactly as you hear it. So you will listen to a short audio containing just one sentence. And what you have to do, you have to type the sentence here in this box exactly as you heard in your audio. So basically, whatever words you hear, you have to type them in the same sequence as you hear it. So the same thing, audio can be 3 to 5 seconds containing one sentence. Words you can say can vary from 8 to 18 words, and you have to type the sentence using the same words that were actually there in your audio and in the same sequence as well. It gives you marks towards listening and writing, and you can have 3 or 4 questions in here. Okay. All right, guys. So this was a brief overview of your listening section, as in like what are the topics and what you have to do in here. If you guys want more information about our courses or about our offerings, as I already provided you information about our contact details, you can contact us on our phone number, which is 0415 417 757. Thank you so much, guys.